Hi, welcome to my channel, Uniquely Regan Handcrafted Cards. I'm Regan. Today I'm going to be making a accordion folio. I've already got the base of it made, instruction of it to you. We're going to wait a minute or so and see if anyone joins today. This is kind of an unscheduled live, and I just wanted to come online because I know a lot of times after I make these projects, people say, "Oh, I wish I would have seen that," or "I wish you would show me how to make that kind of project." Hi, Holly. Thanks for joining. I'm just getting started in this live project with me today. So, as the description of the live says, or if you read in the description box, I'll come back and add the instructions or dimensions for the project. This is an accordion folio. I haven't put it together yet. I just kind of built the base of the project. It's called an accordion card folio. I got the idea from a card CraftTreat actually project that I purchased from May Made It. And it comes with enough to make um, three projects in this card folio. And the project is a 6 3/8 projects by 4 3/8, and you get enough to make three of these in the project folder. But the one thing that CraftTreat does is in the project. So, hi Gloria, thanks for joining. So I am going to be making the card folio, accordion folio, but I'm modifying the project to make it for the dimensions that I need. And so you can see here that it is an expandable folio. And the one that they have here on the front of their project, it folds up as a dimensional project but when you open it up, it does expand out into a folio. So I've already created that base. Hi, Anne. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So I did create the base of my project, and this is a project that I'm giving as a retirement gift to the mill manager that works in mill. He is a manager over all of them because he's the mill manager, right? So on this folio here, I took the paper from number 2 machine, and I took 2 or 3 pieces of paper and I uh, merged them, gluing some together, and then I had to fold them in panels, and I scored at the 4 1/4 inch piece because I was going off the instructions of the CraftTreat. I wanted to mimic this project, and each of these panels are 4 1/4 in width, and that's what I was going for. At 4 1/4, and again at, well, 8 1/2. And then I merged my second sheet of paper, and then I just shifted it over in my scoreboard to where this was at the edge of my scoreboard here, and then line this up at the edge, and I went to 4 1/4, just like that, to create my accordion, and just tried to get it as evenly as I could and wanted to make sure that I didn't end up on a join mark. And then there did happen to be an area where I did end up on a join mark, but I'm going to solve that problem right here by giving the mill manager a bookmark. I decided glue together where there is a join mark, and I decided I wasn't going to create another panel here in this section as a full panel. I went ahead and scored it as normal, but I created this final flap. I made myself a final flap here just to end it as a proper place where this is book here. This middle section right here is where I'm going to slip a bookmark into. And that's the end of the book there, the end of the card folio. So, and then to create this part here, I kind of went off, I took a piece that was um, 11.5 inches. And I kind of went off the instructions for the folds on in that I just tried to measure out. I need at least 4.5 or um, I knew that my panels here were 4.25. So I need a little bit of space on each side. And I knew that this could expand. So I just made this about, it's 7/8. I just tried to gauge how much space do I need on the ends. And then this is 2.5 on each side. And it just worked perfectly. It just worked perfectly. And then to clean this up, because the pieces that were given to her, I just measured, once I got this together, I put this in my trimmer and I flattened it out as much as I could. And then I cut it with my guillotine trimmer on each end just to make sure everything was square. So I hope that I'm explaining this okay. The CraftTreat instructions through that Accordion Folio were a big help. So if you're looking for a project like this, start with a known entity or a known project like this, and you can always modify someone else's project into something that you can use for yourself, especially when if you've been paper crafting for a while, you know. But that what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to in the folio they used a 1/2 inch flap to attach on one end so that it fully expanded and then it opened all the way. But I think that because so many people are going to have their hands on this and going to be opening and closing quite a lot, I think, hi Delise, thanks for coming, an um, accordion fold folio for a retirement project. I'm using a CraftTreat folio and modifying it to using paper from the paper mill I work at to make my own style. And so I just finished explaining how I got to this point, but the folio that is in the tree inch attachment on one side. And because so many hands are going to be opening and closing this, I think that's just going to be um, not enough attachment here. I think it could quickly come loose. So I think I'm going to attach this whole back panel to the whole back panel here with a combination of double-sided adhesive and glue that it does not come loose. I don't want it to start falling apart as soon as multiple hundreds of people start getting this hands on it, because there are literally hundreds of people that work at the paper mill. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some scrapbook.com or double-sided adhesive, put a strip of that on the back, then so that's what I'm going to do here is just put some scrapbook.com double-sided adhesive here, and then put some just some glue on the back here and attach it that way. So this is the back flap. I'm going to attach it to the back side of my base, and then we're going to go from there. So I'll get that there. Okay. So I was really excited to be asked to do this project because I've met the mill manager several times when I've been out to the paper mill. I've been there, I think, 3 times and met him. Really nice. So I was really honored to be asked to make this retirement gift for him. And I don't know him that well since I've only met him a couple times, but they shared with me a couple of things that um, he likes. So that's very sticky. That's definitely not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to put some glue, sure that this is not going to come loose. Hi, Linda. Glad you're here. So, and then this is the opening where I'm going to put that. And we want to just make sure that our folio will fold away. Yes, okay. I'm going to turn it over and just press down very well. And then, like I said before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate a lot of the pages, but I'm not going to decorate every one of those pages that are the white sides of the craft. Those are the places that the employees are going to be able to sign because, again, it is a retirement card, and they specifically asked me to have a lot of places for the employees to sign. But on the, I am going to decorate this page because it is the front side. But on these pages, I've already pre-cut some panels that are going to fit on. I think I can use that to make some pockets here. So I think I'm just going to cut some of this down and make some pockets. Um, so I can cut this with my smaller trimmer. So hi Sandy, glad you stopped by. So I'm going to just cut some of this down. And so this paper, if you're just joining in, this paper came from the paper mill that I work at. And I'm just making a retirement project for the mill manager that I work for. I'm making some pockets. I used some of the paper that came off of our paper machine #1. And I'm going to be using that to put on some of the back sides of these here. And I'm also going to create a bookmark, but I'm going to use some of the more durable paper to go inside of that. But here we are to this point. We've got the back side. I think that's pretty durable. And that folio has so many pages. We can fold it out. And I think everybody's going to love this project, I think. So let me get to gluing some of these pockets in and see how many more of those we need. And then we'll get to gluing some of those pages down. Let me score. Let me make sure. Yeah. Oh, let me see here. I should really put my glasses on. So, okay. So this paper, when I get it, is not square. Kind of finagle it and kind of deal with that issue. Um, but I made it work with the other paper and made that work out easily enough. But we'll just cut a couple of pockets and get these fixed in from there. So how are y'all doing today? Do you got any plans, any crafty plans? Or are you just taking the day as it comes and seeing what comes up? I'm off today. I have kind of a lot of plans. I have 2 videos that I need to edit. I need to run to the post office and drop my cards for Cubs cards off and mail um, some to mail a card to my mom. She's having some surgery next week. Um, so I want to get a card mailed off. I asked her if she wanted me to come and stay with her after the surgery, but my 2 sisters are there. So she probably doesn't need me hanging around too, but I told her I would come if she needed me to. Um, so if y'all want to pray for her, you that. Then let's see, I've got then work the rest of the week, of course. But my job is good, so that if I needed to take off, I certainly could. So it's flexible like that, or I could just go and take my job with me. It's since I work remote, I could take it with me for sure. Oh, good, alive tonight. I'll make sure. So, the retirement card folio, he is the mill manager, is he's got a lake house. And so I am going to be using a stamp and die set from um, Diamond Press. I think it's called Lake House. It's called Lake House. I also have the Diamond Press pop-up tackle box. And I also have another one for the guys that has a fishing set in it that's got a fishing pole and a fish in it. So I'll be playing with those. I don't know if I'll have enough time to decorate it with you all today. I might have to schedule another live or do a video for that part. But I definitely want to get the base made to so I can show you that part. So I think I want to um, take this part here and put a little thumb notch in here just so some of the guys that work the mill, they've got kind of manly fingers and they might need some help getting it there. So how about that? I don't know if this pocket is real square, so let me just kind of make sure here. Home and back. Yeah, you need to get well. You don't want to get her sick. Maybe she could come home and take care of you though if you're not better. But yeah, you need to get well so she can come home and see you. So this paper is Hobby Lobby paper and it's very thin. Either I need to use, I think I'm just going to use a really thin bead of glue on it and make sure and um, burnish it out really well so it doesn't like bubble up or anything. Otherwise, I need to use some uh, tape runner or something on it. But let's see here. Okay, so this whole a lake house here with all the fish. I've got some tackle box looking stuff here, and it's gonna look like a lake house gone wild, I think you could say. So I think he'll like it. Oh, Linda, that was great. If you plan on signing up for any of the clubs or its subscriptions, I would love it if you would use if you don't have anyone that you're going to sign up under as a referral, I have a referral link in a lot of my videos. Would love it if you would use one of my referral links from one of my videos. If you don't have a referral link from somebody else, that's upside down. Don't do that. But if you have a referral link from somebody else, use theirs. Don't feel obligated. I love stamp supply. It got me hooked on stamping and die cutting for really what got me going. And I've branched out into other love of other companies, but they're my first love, I think. Thank you, Linda. Yes, Delise, aren't they wonderful? Yeah, that referral link will give, I think, Waze and me 500 points if I remember right. And you can use those points for purchases on future items, Linda. Oh, this folio, yes, go back and watch the beginning of how I got to this point, Delise, because yeah, you want to watch this when you're not sick because I'm going to have to make this for things I use for the farmers market because as soon as I started making this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy to do. I just started to make it from this CraftTreat project kit I bought from May Made It, and it comes with the press one, but you can easily modify it and make it from things you have of your own paper. And so far, it's so simple to do here. So, but isn't this envelope cute? I think it is so easy to do here. But yes, definitely. I'm gonna put after we're done here, I'll put the instructions in the you'll have it. I'll have to remeasure everything probably, but the base of it is just simple. So thank you for watching me while you're sick. I'm so sorry that you're feeling badly, but I'm glad you're here. So, but I think this is really fun. And what they can do with these envelopes is they can put cards or gift cards if they give him any of those, any gift cards or something like that in this. I think they would love it. I'm going to come back and decorate the bottom of these too, but on this side, I don't want to decorate every single one of these. I might decorate the join part here with something so that is a little bit covered, but um, just because that's a little bit awkward. But these definitely, I don't want to decorate all of these pages, or I might just decorate a sliver. So, or make a pocket out of that. A pocket here would be absolutely beautiful. And actually, um, I have a sliver of these where I had joined some of these together. I can make a pocket. And out of that, that's perfect. Probably what I'll do with that, just to cover up that join mark there. So it's not so obvious. And I'll probably do the same on the back side here. And so let me go back to this part here and keep covering here. So, and then I'll be covering the outside as well. But I just pulled papers out of my stash that look like, oh, this is Lake House looky. Um, but I don't, this paper is so thin that I don't want to use a whole bunch of glue because it will start bubbling up. I could use, that's upside down. Yeah, there we go. I don't want it to bubble up or be rumpled. looking good so far, friends. What do you think? Wouldn't you be happy to get something like this? So let me see. Okay. And no one has to know that's girly flowers on the back side of that. Feminine flowers, roses on the back. And we'll put another pocket here because I cut that one a little short, obviously. And I'll put a thumb notch there. So my next farmers market event is going to be on the 21st of March. So I think I'm pretty much stocked up for that. I've got all kinds of Easter things going on. I've got the little dragon Easter treat boxes ready. The purses and the unicorns filled up. I am waiting on a few more little treat boxes to wrap up the dragons with. I have the Easter cards. I packaged those together. I need to print out some labels. I have I probably need to make some little notepads ready. Okay, that's cute. On this page, I might put some fish. And I add, let's see, let's, just thinking about what's over there in my little project stash. Sometimes I go to uh, Ross and see what they have on sale and what can I convert into um, notepads. I bought some address books and password keepers because last year somebody was asking, I had some password keepers after a customer had asked me, do you have any password keepers? I need to write. She didn't like writing them in her phone or doing that kind of thing, which is um, most of what everybody else does, right? And she said, I just need somewhere to keep my passwords and addresses and that kind of thing. And and then somebody else asked me, I like these password keepers, but do you have an address book? This said, no, but I'll have to look on Amazon to see if I can find anything like that. Let me get back to you. And then this year I have the address books now like that. So let me cut this paper to make some other pages here. So I'm measuring, these pages are 8 1/4. So I'm measuring 7 7/8 by 3 7/8. So I'll put all the measurements that I'm doing here in the well, some of them I think I just do 7 7/8 by 4. Did I do the 4? No, that one's not it. I got it off somewhere, but talking cutting, maybe not my best feature. Cover it up with a pocket. But yeah, so I have made an address book now to match that password keeper. I put in a little heart book just for that person who had asked for one. And now I imagine people, I bought several, so people who had asked for them can have some options there. Oh, here comes Sophie. Where are you headed? Where are you going? She wants to jump up on the counter and look and see if there's any birds out. I don't know if you'll see it. And this camera wire's in her way. Go lay in your basket. She's going to go lay in her basket. Sophie's the cat that we rescued when we lived in Florida. She is 13 now, 13. So we have two more cats that we got from my mother-in-law cat. And the other one, she has all black. She's beautiful. Well, they're both beautiful. All three of them are. Um, okay. All right. A couple more pages. Let me put this page right here. There are two cats. The apartment Maine Coon cat, his name is Clyde. And the black cat, her name is Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde. They're real sweet. It is very cute. I can't wait to put stickers and really decorate it up. And I think he's really going to like it. I can't wait. Send me some, put me on video or stream it or something when I give it to him so I can see his reaction. That would be cool. I'd like to be part of that little participation or celebration, you know. So, oh, I couldn't stand that. I do not like seafood or fish. Ugh, I couldn't do that. So, okay, now we're back to the last page here of that. I have more of this paper, so, and I'll come back and decorate these. I could decorate with some of these. Um, so I don't want to fill it up with all of that though, because I could do something else. Let me see what other kind of paper I had in. And I have the offcuts here too, so let me see what else I have for the paper. Oh, here's some others. Scrap papers from previous projects. Let me start with that. Okay. Definitely going to use this one. And I don't have that yet. Oh, look at all these. Wish I was fishing. He doesn't have to wish. He can do it. I use this. Rivers and Outdoors. I'm going to save this piece. We don't want to cut into that. I might be able to use this. And that looks good. I might be able to use these stripes on um, the spines. I might be able to use that. This I might be able to use. There's a plaid. Okay. So let me cut some of these. Let's see where I'm at here. So I'm going to leave this page, I'm going to decorate some of this. I'm going to leave this page blank for signatures. I need to just put a strip, a decorative strip there. So let me measure how big that's. Let me just cover that with. I'm gonna measure out some of this and just cover that with a small pocket. So I'm gonna measure that to 8 1/4. Okay, yeah. And this little piece is 1 inch, so I'm gonna cover that with 1 3/4 inches. Get a piece of transparent tape. I see Genevieve from Genevieve Designs doing this, and May has adopted it. And I'm going to just mask that off. And that will allow the pocket I'm creating. I need to just cut a sliver off of that. Okay, this dispenser's done. I didn't know you could replace those, did you? Okay, I'll drop that. Where did it go? Okay. All right, I'm going to create a little hinge. Oh, actually, I'm just going to glue that on. So I'm going to create a pocket, but I'm going to create a pocket and just a little hole. I'm just going to glue this on. But I want them to see that it's their paper, so I'm going to glue the back side on. I'll be so glad. And again, for me, we're not quite there yet. I need to wait at least until mid-April. Not our glitter glue season for me yet. So there's still nights where it's under 40 degrees. So I'm just going to adhere that down, and it's now a little pocket. That little, except I can see kind of a strip of tape right there. I should have made it a tiny bit wider. That's okay. I can decorate that. I could put a sticker there or something to hide that. Where's my stickers? I can put a sticker. There. Nobody will ever know. Okay. Now let's find other join marks and hide them. Here's one right there. So we'll do the same thing. I'm going to use the other half of this paper. This is where I joined paper together. I'm going to cut this other paper to 8 1/4 right there. And then this time I'm going to cut it to like 2 3/4. And there's no way that's going to show any tape line. I'll do the same thing. I'll cover this with tape. What do y'all think so far? You think he'll love it? Get the cat hair off. No cat hair. Not needed. I think he's going to like it. Oh, that was close. Scissors. Would you all make a project like this for to give away as a gift? Is it something you think you could recreate? I'll give you the instructions. Okay. We need a few more pockets, so I'm going to cut a few. Let's see. Do we? Maybe one more pocket right here. Let me cut one more pocket, put that back. It's not straight at all. Yeah, Delise, definitely you could do it. I knew you could, right? I'll cut that too. Yeah, I don't think it's hard. I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. I had such a mess over crafter math. Boy, oh, you should. I hope you feel better, Delise. That's so good. This is gonna be a maybe a little bit deeper of a pocket in the back, maybe. So, okay. Empty this out. Getting stuck. Okay, so this one's a little bit deeper. Okay. All right, let me go back to this here on this one. I'm going to close this up I'm going to glue the 3 sides. This is where I've covered that join mark right there. We're closing this up right here. This is that 2 3/4 inch paper. I'm going to turn that over. And to put that all the way to the edge, just cover that join mark, and they'll never know what that was. So I've been on for almost an hour here in a few little while. I want to get the outside, show you the closure. And then I want to get the spines and the flaps done. And then I'm going to cover the back. Let me choose one of these papers for the back. Maybe this. No. Let's see. This one. I'm going to cut this here to 4 3/8. And then have, let's see. Okay. I have 2 of these. I'm going to use this paper right here to cover the spine. And I think I said these were 7/8. So I'm going to cut this to 3 1/4, 3/4 of an inch for both of these. The length of this, if you remember, was 8 1/4, so 8 1/8. So I'm going to cut that to 8 1/8, and then I'm going to cut it on this here just to make sure I get 3/4. I might always cut straight if I try to do 3/4 unless I go from the other end. I want to make sure that, okay, perfect. Okay. I could have done 8 3/8, but it's okay. Awesome. Hi, Sheila. Oh, thank you so much. I think he's going to love it. I'm so glad that they asked me to make this for them, for him. I'm really happy. So we're going to put that on that side. Decorating that. I had pulled out, let's see. I have this paper, which I think is enough. I'm going to cut the back side out of this, and then let me see which is enough to wrap around the front because we also have this here. I'm going to cut the back out of this plaid paper. So I want to do the back out of it, and I don't want to cut it short. So I'm going to do 8 3/8 out of that. And you know what? I'm going to get a dark piece of green paper. Hold on 1 second. Just have a nice border around everything on the front side. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm going to cut this to 8 3/8 for a border around everything, and then I'm going to trim 4 1/2 for the back. And it's going to be 4 3/8 for the back. Oh, I need to trim it down to 8 1/4. Okay, that's for the back. Emma, I'm so sorry. My internet. Oh, if it's buffering, I so apologize. Yeah, I really apologize if it's buffering out. In 2-second spells, I really apologize. We had really bad internet here lately, and I've had to restart the router several times. If it's really bad, I might have to start over. Um, I really apologize for that. So sorry about that. I'll try to keep chatting, and if it's really that bad, just let me know. Sorry. But yeah, I just creating a little bit of a border around the back here to create this. I think it looks nice like that. What do you all think? I think that looks good. Down. And then we'll go back to the front side, and then I'll create a little bit of a closure. And then I might have to decorate this later and then create a little video or something showing you everything at the end. But I think that you get the idea about how it's going to look. I think it's coming together so nicely. I can't really even be more proud. Love it. Looks amazing. And I'm really happy with how it's turning out. So I hope that the internet holds out for just a few more minutes. I'm sorry about it. I hope it hasn't frozen. Oh, good, Delise. I hope you feel better. Yeah, I hope you feel better. I can see I've got the iPad on. I see it where it's glitched out that. Good. Okay, good. So I'm going to have to cover the spines too, but I want to cover the front side. So I'm going to cut the 2 more pieces to 8. So I've got that at 8 3/8. Let me figure out this. I said that was 2 1/2. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces, 2 3/8, 2 pieces, 2 3/8, 2 3/8, and then I'm going to cut. Um, I want to cut a different color or maybe the same. Let's see. I won't have enough of this for 2 of them. Let's see what else. How about, do I have two of these left? I definitely have two of these. Two of these. Let me see what I have two of. Let's see. I think I'm gonna cut the front of this. Let's see. Do you think that will work? Yes, it's so sturdy. It's not going to come apart. These people cannot tear this up. As soon as they start messing with it, they cannot tear this up. I do not think so. So I need to cut this to 2¼ out of these two. I'll have to cut two. So one to cover the front here. So trim. So let's see. Oh, I like this better. I like it better. Do I have enough? Hmm. I like the gone fishing better, but I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to use this instead. I think I'll save this for the inside. This for the inside, and this on the outside. Better right here. I'm going to cut that to 2¼ right there. And I can get another one out of this. So 8¼ by, okay, right. So let me glue this together. Let's test it out to be sure. That's the right way. Maybe this is. I think that ended up being shorter. Let me get these to the right length. Well, I don't know why that. I think to begin with they're shorter because I measured them to 8 7/8 for the inside. That's okay. Um, it'll be fine. If that's not quite straight. Okay. The lower, yeah, this one. I like this one. This one's cute because um, this one, I like how dark it is against the brown. It's not straight. These. I don't know what I was cutting. It is not straight. Let me clean this up because I don't know what I was cutting. No, I don't have any more of that. Clean that up. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, there we go. get this all finished up. I'm going to come back later and decorate it and show you the finished project. It's looking better than I planned, y'all. I am so happy with how it turned out. Loving it. And they're going to be real happy too. They're going to be really stunned with it. Like, oh my gosh, you came up with that. Who would have guessed? And they sent me a flat envelope to send it back in. That's definitely not going to work. I'm going to have to send it in a box for sure. That's okay. I can do that. Okay, I can. So, okay. Yep. There. I can put a sticker or something on the top of that. It's okay. Just want to make sure it goes flat. So yes, this is a very sturdy project. It's not going to fall apart. He can set it on a shelf. Magnet closure on the front of this. So that's what I do need to kind of think about that before I finish this. So let me think about that right now. See how I'm going to finish this. I have some magnets right here. On the CraftTreat project, let me show you this card here that they put on the front that has a couple of magnets. I think probably one up here and one down here that or maybe one on each side, and then it's attached, glued on this side. So when it closes, it's attached by magnets, and it was included with the magnets here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere side down, and it's on the other side before I glue it to glue the paper in. So let me do that here. Oh, the sun's coming around, so I'm about to get shaded, get a lot of bit of get some sun in. Hi, Angie. Thanks for coming in. We are making a card folio for the mill manager at my paper mill. It's having a lot of fun. Hi, Beck Ann. How you doing? So let me just show you where we are at this point. So we have this card folio right here. We have a whole bunch of pages, flip outs, and this is where all the employees can sign here on this white paper. I'm going to decorate this front about the retirement, but right here is all the folio pages. This is going to be a bookmark page because of the way that joins set in. So here is where I need to put my little bookmarks, my magnets actually. So I want to attach that before I put anything else in. And the magnets that were included in the project I had modified they had some big discs, which if you watch uh, um, Genevieve Designs, she calls them magnet savers, just big, huge pieces of basically um, metal. Other end, magnet savers is what she calls them. They have a bigger catch area. I think I'm going to use several magnets, maybe 3 magnets right in a row, so that I have a bigger opportunity to get those magnets to catch and not have to worry about not getting up with the magnets. So I'm going to get out some little glue dots here. And my internet was blipping out a few minutes ago, so if we're still having a problem with that, I apologize. Hopefully it's not happening still. So I'm getting out some magnets here. Putting on them. I'm going to attach that to, and I put those in the center because I have I'm going to use one of these. Let me cut it out actually. I'm going to use one of these, maybe not that one. I'm going to use a 3x4 card, but let me find a good one about fishing. I think I still have one here. I'll look at everything that I have about fishing and camping. I've got a whole project folder of that kind of thing in here, and I keep all these kind of things from other project kits. And then this one says, wishing I was fishing, but he doesn't have to wish that. He's headed there as his retirement. So let me just make sure and see. I want to make sure I'm not going to put him in the wrong place or anything. I guess I could use that one as a placeholder until I find the right one if I don't have one right here. There's some more fishing lure paper. And then I have another, this other paper that's got some fishing stuff in. So let me see if there's any in here that are already cut out. Okay, bye Sheila. Have a good day at work. One second here. What are these? So this is a lake house theme. Let me just cut out this one right here. Sure, I get them in a good place. I think that's good right there. Let me throw these out. Okay. Can continue this side with paper here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put the magnets on the back side of the card. So I can detach these. I'm going to leave that there though. Just take away one magnet. And then I'll put the magnets on the covering, and then it should get a good catch. So yes, Linda, I love this paper too. It's so fun. So we've come a long way in just an hour and 15 minutes here. We've gotten everything decorated except for just the inside panels and this front panel. And then I'm going to stamp and die cut. I think I'll use, I told you about earlier, I'm going to be using the dies, stamp and die set from Diamond Press. the pop-up tackle box because I like there's lots of tackle box things in there from Diamond Press, and the Lake House um, stamp and die set Diamond Press. I like those. So I'll be using those. I might put the Lake House on the front here and say something about the retirement. I think that'll be real fun. Like headed to the lake house or enjoyed at retirement, and then put something on that card here. And so I'll be able to there. So I'll probably leave those there just so I remember where the magnets are. And then I think I'll go ahead and cover the inside of that. I'm going to be leaving all of these pages blank here. These white pages, I want to be able to allow for enough room for all of the employees to sign. There's room on the other side. Let me close up my um, glue before that. Space here in these pockets. I can put some of the um, additional paper that they sent me. I could make some additional cards using that pop-up tackle die set and the die set using these other weights of paper. I could make some other cards using those and put them in these pocket cards here and make that. I'm going to put a bookmark in here and cover this. Oh, this is perfect right here. Let me cover this right now before I move on. I had intended to use this on the inside, but this is actually perfect right here. And why not? Because that's actually perfect. So I'm just loving this. It's so fun. It's amazing. Where's I've lost my burnishing tool. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this crafter mask for y'all. This is awesome. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put this one here. So I'm gonna put a bookmark in this pocket. And I just created this pocket. It was kind of a happy accident, really, because this was a weird join when I was creating the whole project. There was a weird join right here, and I didn't want the weird join to end up on one of the 4¼ inch um, folds. So I just made a bookmark pocket. And I thought, well, you know, he might like to read in his retirement, so let's just do that. And it worked out to the benefit of the bookmark, right? So, and we'll just do it that way. And it works. So, and I'm glad that I got those going the right way. Okay, I just need to cover these little pockets, and they'll know that these little weights of these pockets go with which paper machine at the mill. And I just, this is such a fun project. I need to cover these. Let me see. Have I used this paper? I did use it once. Let me cut that to 2¼ Oh, you know what paper I haven't used yet is this paper right here. Let me use that actually. So, yeah. And the backside's nice too. Hi, Shalana. How you doing? We are making a little card folio, accordion card folio for the paper mill manager that I work at the paper mill. He's retiring. So right now, this is where we are. And I'm going to create a little card to go on the front. Not sure what yet about something retirement. I'm covering the inside of these right now. And then let me show you where we are to this point here. Then, oh, there's that one logo right there. Okay, I've got paper everywhere. Okay, so there's the outside right now. I'll be covering those little magnets up. That's going to be our catch. This side will be glued down and it will open just like that. And then on the inside, we've got just like this. And then these will open like this. And these white pages will be for the employees to sign. We've got a pocket here. That pocket was to cover up a paper join. And I just didn't want to have that showing. This brown craft paper is the other side of the craft liner board paper. The back edge of the accordion file folder, folio, and then this is the decorated side of the folio. We've got some pockets. It's made to look kind of like a lake house with all these fishing things going on because he's retiring. We've got a bookmark pocket up here. I should put a notch here, just like maybe go in a little bit further. Should have thought about that before I glued it in, but oh well. And then here's the back again. And I've glued the whole thing down on the back instead of just gluing down one flap, a 1/2 inch flap like the project kit suggested. The CraftTreat project kit that I am working from or modified a project for suggested only using a 1/2 inch flap at the back, but because so many hands are going to be using this and uh, signing these pages, I didn't want the whole thing to fall apart before he got it home, so I glued the entire flap at the back down to the project together. I built this from scratch using the 3 different styles of paper that we make at our paper mill that I work at. So oh my gosh, it's such a sturdy project. And so far, I am loving it. So this is what the front's going to look like. I am not using this. It was just a placeholder for testing out where I'm going to put my magnets on this sheet here, but it's going to be at my closure element. I will glue whatever I put down here on the left side. And then when it opens, it will open just like that right there. And those magnets, I'll hide behind something else. Or these magnets are attached to this side here, just like that. So I will finish decorating it and I will come back and show you in another video the finished project. But thank you for joining me to this point. We've been live for about an hour and a half so far, and I am just really loving how this comes out. I need to cover these 2 pages spines right here. I will do that in my finished video, show you that in my finished video, but oh my gosh, this is really amazing. I am super, super proud of this project so far, and I think the mill manager is going to just simply love it, and he will be shocked about what kind of project this is. And I think I'm going to have to start making these for the farmers market too. And I just love it. So I can't wait to hear what you all think of the finished project when I come back and show it to you. And I really appreciate all of you joining me. It's been really fun sharing this project with you. And thanks for stopping by. I have a couple of things coming up soon. One of them is this week I have a video coming out that is a tape runner giveaway. I will be giving away a $15 gift certificate for a tape runner on a video that I have coming out this week. I've already filmed it. I need to edit that video today. And then another video that I will be filming soon is a video that I'm going to be doing a giveaway for my 800 subscriber milestone. So come back and see those videos when you see them posted. Make a comment in the description box or comment box, and I'll be giving away the tape runner giveaway and then also another giveaway for the 800 milestone. So thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your kindness. And I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Come back and see me the next time I have a crafty video. Bye.